It was a crisp September morning in 2015 when the bombshell dropped, not a tremor beneath the earth, not a missile from the sky, but something far more explosive. It came in the form of a press release from the US Environmental Protection Agency, and it tore through the global automotive industry like a wildfire through dry timber. Volkswagen, Germany's prized jewel, the gold standard of engineering, a brand synonymous with trust, had been caught red-handed. Not in a slip-up, not a mishap, but in a calculated, cold-blooded conspiracy that betrayed millions and poisoned the very air we breathe. To understand the gravity of what they did, you need to understand what Volkswagen was. This wasn't just a car company, it was an institution. Born in 1937 under the shadow of World War II, it re-emerged after the war as a symbol of rebirth, resilience, and the accessible dream of the open road. The people's car, they called it. Over the decades, Volkswagen built not just vehicles, but legacies. From the quirky charm of the Beetle to the family-ready Passat to the high-performance luxury of Audi and Porsche under its empire, VW didn't just sell transportation, it sold identity. And by 2015, it was sitting on top of the world, having finally surpassed Toyota as the planet's largest automaker. Their next big play? Conquer the American market, but not with gas-guzzling muscle, no. Volkswagen had a cleaner, more seductive, pitch-clean diesel. It was genius marketing. Diesel efficiency, they promised, without the environmental guilt. Their ads painted a utopia, smiling families, winding roads, clear blue skies. Even environmentalists began to entertain the idea. VW's engineers had seemingly cracked their code, high performance, low emissions, or so the world believed. Behind the curtain, though, the truth was far darker. The cars were lying, or more accurately, programmed to lie. Hidden in the software of over 11 million diesel vehicles was a line of code, a defeat device. It could detect when the car was undergoing emissions testing. The engine would clean up, the numbers looked perfect. But once back on the road, the switch flipped. Those same cars now spewed nitrogen oxides up to 40 times the legal limit. That's not a glitch, that's environmental warfare with a leather interior. And, this wasn't the work of some rogue coder. This was a high-level decision. Engineers, managers, executives, they all knew. The deception was deliberate, strategic, profitable. Until researchers from West Virginia University stumbled onto the truth, their real-world emissions tests showed something wildly off. At first the results seemed absurd, but they kept digging, raised alarms. The EPA took notice. And when pressed, Volkswagen lied, again and again, until the evidence became undeniable. September 18th, 2015, the day the mask came off. Volkswagen admitted to equipping its diesel vehicles with defeat devices, the fallout catastrophic. Their stock nosedived by over 30% in a week. Billions in market value evaporated overnight. Dealers were blindsided. Customers were enraged. Public trust, built over decades, was obliterated in hours. But the consequences went beyond corporate reputation. These cars weren't just cheating the rules, they were poisoning the planet. The excess emissions weren't just numbers, they were real. They infiltrated city air, worsened asthma, triggered heart disease, shortened lives, all while Volkswagen marketed themselves as eco-champions. Penalties came swiftly. The US Department of Justice launched a criminal investigation. Multiple countries joined in. Volkswagen was eventually forced to pay over $30 billion in fines, buybacks and restitution. Executives faced charges. Some were arrested. A few went to prison. But here's the part that should chill you to the bone. Volkswagen survived. After one of the most brazen frauds in history, the company not only weathered the storm, it evolved. They launched a sleek pivot to electric vehicles. The ID series rolled out like a redemption tour. Ads shifted from diesel pride to carbon-neutral promises, and the public, they bought it. Media moved on, stocks recovered, sales climbed. The cleanest comeback money could buy, so ask yourself, was it worth it? Let's crunch some numbers. For years, Volkswagen sold millions of fake green cars. They captured market share and beat competitors. When they got caught, they paid fines, took PR hits, and well, just kept going. No automaker replaced them. There were no sweeping reforms to dismantle the system. No watchdog stepped in with permanent bans. The lesson was clear. If you're going to cheat, cheat big. Make it complicated, make it profitable. And yeah, make it untouchable. And when the walls close in, apologize. Fire a few execs, blame the culture, announce a sustainability initiative, smile for the camera. But the real cost, that can't be measured in dollars. It's the invisible price paid by communities breathing in toxins, the trust between citizens and corporations burned to ash. Volkswagen didn't just break environmental rules, it shattered the illusion that someone somewhere was watching out for us. They lied to consumers who believed they were helping the planet. They lied to regulators enforcing health standards. They lied to dealers, investors, employees, people who built careers on a brand they thought had integrity. For what? Market share? Executive bonuses? But here's the twist in the wreckage. It sparked a revolution. The outrage lit a fire under governments. Emissions testing got stricter. Real-world testing became standard. Consumers grew more skeptical, more informed. EV startups, Tesla among them, seized the moment. Suddenly, the world wasn't just asking for cleaner cars, it was demanding them. Volkswagen's scandal exposed cracks in the system, and from those cracks, change emerged. Painful, slow, imperfect, but real. A new generation of buyers prioritized transparency. Greenwashing got called out. Watchdogs multiplied. Still, the battle's far from over, because every glossy commercial, every smug CEO promising carbon neutrality, it all deserves side-eye now. We've seen the playbook, we know what's behind the curtain, and if Volkswagen can fake it and recover, who else is? The next deception might not come with smoke from a tailpipe. It might be in a chip, a supply chain, a spreadsheet. It might already be in your driveway. Because the cost of corporate deception isn't just in dollars or fines. It's in the erosion of accountability, in the normalization of lying as a business tactic. Volkswagen didn't just cheat on a test. They gambled with public health, with planetary stability, and, honestly, with the very fabric of corporate responsibility. And while they paid a price, they also proved a disturbing truth in this game. If you're big enough, rich enough, and bold enough, you can cheat, lie, poison, and walk away with a smirk and a rebrand. So the next time a car company touts its eco-credentials, the next time a commercial shows a child running through a meadow as a car purrs silently behind, just remember this story. Remember the emissions hidden in software code, the lies spun into glossy brochures, and, the children choking on invisible gas. And remember to ask who's really driving this narrative. If this story lit a fire in you, go ahead and hit that like button. Let your voice be louder than their ads. Comment below, do you think Volkswagen should have been banned from certain markets forever? Should executives face harsher criminal charges? And hey, share this video so more people know the real story behind Dieselgate. And subscribe for more jaw-dropping exposés, because the next billion-dollar lie, it might already be in motion.